Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make this lovely earring using the bead recipe that we got from Lena Gillespie at John Bead. So big thank you to Lena Gillespie and to Kendall Hayashi, Kendall designed the cards and Lena developed the different color mixes, and there was a whole bunch of them that I did in a previous video. So you can take a look at that. I will also link the PDF for these. So Carmi was so kind to give me the PDF link for that, so we could do that. So let's take a look. This is what we're going to make today. So happy Halloween. I was hoping that I'd get it to you guys before Halloween. I'm always behind on designs. It's impossible. I get distracted. Hence my name, Baby Squirrel. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need your recipe. So print off your PDF or load it to your phone, whatever you use. Head to Michael's and get your colors. And then I'm using these beautiful check glass skulls. They have the AB on the front and they're lovely orange on the back. You can use whatever you have. If you have some Swarovski skulls or some charms, or you know how to do brick stitching, you can do a design. I did some peyote skulls that would look lovely. And I do have a video for this design. I'll try and remember to link it to the video. But if you if you want this and you don't see it, just remind me. I'm terrible. But yeah, you could see it would still look lovely. But and I've got some Swarovski 4mm orange bicones. I'm using demi rounds in between all my attachments and my beads. Oh yeah, and I'm using a 6mm. It's a Druck, and I don't remember the color name. It's one of my favorite. I should remember it. And some ear wires. So yeah, the demi rounds. You also, to start the round peyote, you're going to need some 15-0 seed beads. And to do the edge, to bring everything together. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do one side, and then we're going to do the other side, and then we're going to attach it with the 11-0 seed beads. So you need your Delicas. And I just wanted to show you the difference. Now, this design, you put 40 15-0 seed beads to start your peyote round, and that makes it easy to divide into the colors because you're going to repeat the colors. So what you need to do is decide which one you're going to leave off, because it divides, of course, 40 into 5 evenly. So initially I took out the black, and because I thought the black would be too kind of Halloweeny, but I was amazed at the difference. Like, that's what ended up coming out without the black. It's still gorgeous, beautiful, but it wasn't the look I was going for. I also started to do a bat design, but I don't know how to do brick stitch, so I was learning last night. So I actually did pretty good, but I didn't finish it off. I wanted to get this video out for you guys today, so I went and grabbed my skulls that I've been hoarding for 4 years. Oh gosh, it's gonna be 5 now. So yeah, let's get started. Put these guys up here for now. Leave this lovely. So I started with a stop bead, and very important, so you know where your colors are going to change and where your step up is going to be. So step up means that you go to the next row, in case you're new to peyote stitch. So I have loaded on, let me turn my camera down a bit and enlarge this. I loaded on 40 15-0 seed beads. What you're going to do is you're going to come back around to create a loop, and you're going to go through the first one just past your stop bead, like that, and pull that through. All the way, and just flip it like that. There's your how you're going to start. So for peyote, you're coming out of the one bead, you skip the next bead and you go through the following bead, but you add a bead to it. So pick up one, you're coming out of here, you're going to skip that one, you're going to go through the next one. If you're familiar with this, just feel free to skip through. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, that looks like it's here, this so you can see the colors. Okay, and I just hold it like this so that I can maneuver through those beads. So you're coming out of this bead, you're going to skip the next one and go through the following one, and you've added your bead on there. And just do that all the way around. So you're coming out of this one, you're skipping that one and going through the next one after adding your bead. I forget to say that sometimes because I'm so used to doing it now that I don't, it just comes naturally. So pick up a bead, your 15-0. Coming out of this one, you're going to skip that one, you're going to go through the next one. I'm using a size 12 needle. That really helps. You can use a bigger needle, but I just find it's so much easier to do this. So pick up 15-0. You're coming out of this one. You're going to skip that one. You're going to go through the next one. I used a wingspan. You don't need a full wingspan of thread, but when I'm doing peyote and it's a project that you only need one strand, then it's frustrating if you run out. So trust me on that one. There's tears and everything. No! Okay, back to the beading. So coming out of this one, you're going to skip that one and you're going to go through this one, and you can use your nail to kind of scoot it forward. And I have my bead on there. Let's keep going. Pick up a bead. You're coming out of that one, you're going to skip that one, you're going to go through the next one. Like that. Pick up a bead. You're coming out of this one. You're going to skip that one and go through the next one. Pick up a bead. Coming out of here, you're going to skip that one and go through this one. Pick up a bead. Coming out of here, you're going to skip that one. I think we need to enlarge this. I didn't realize it was that teeny tiny. Go through this one. Pick up a bead. You're coming into this one, skip that one, go through this one. This part here is not super difficult, but if you're new to it, it might feel a bit frustrating or overwhelming. But once you get to the other, it's quite easy because you're just filling in these slots here, these little between each bead. Pick up your next one, go through. So, happy soon to be Halloween. That's the whole point of this. Let me know what Halloween is for you guys. We get a lot of really young kids, so it's really funny. I have so much fun. I usually end up standing outside with my neighbor as he gives out the candy. And it's becoming kind of a tradition. I said to my wife, I should get some lawn chairs and a cooler full of beer, because for me and my neighbor, we end up talking for hours, getting caught up. The kids go out for a long time. I didn't realize this. I heard this on the weather news yesterday. He said we're going to get really good weather, so the kids are going to stay out longer. And I was like, that makes sense. Never thought of that. And the last couple of years, we've had some cold weather, and by 8:30, they're done. And I was surprised because past years where we had really nice weather, there was kids coming 9:30 later. Okay, so you can see this is why I like adding the stop bead. You don't have to if you're familiar with doing round peyote. So we're going to do one more. So you can see the thread is coming out of this bead here. So we're going to skip this one. We're going to go through this one, which is where the stop bead is. But we're going to step up for the next row, and it's on an angle, so you can actually pick this one and that one at the same time. So let's pick up our bead. We are coming out of this bead here, so we're going to skip that one. We're going to get ourselves located in here, that bead, and then on an angle, go through the next. And you're ready. This gets a lot easier. Now you have to pay attention to your colors. Surprisingly, I've made a couple of mistakes. I had to take out a couple of rows of colors because I missed I forgot to add a color, so it threw everything off. It's not that difficult, but I tend to do a couple of things at once, so I was distracted, as my wife says. So now we're going to start with our colors. And what I did was I just picked, since we're doing earrings, you want to do the same colors. So let's bring these guys here. I started, if you look at the sheet, I went this color, this color, this color, this color, this color, and then start again. So drop the white, but go from side to side. That's what gave me this pattern here, which I kind of liked because then it put the red or the orange and black together. So, and it put the two, one's a fuchsia and one's a purple together. But you can totally do something different if you want. So we're going to start with fuchsia. So we're coming out of this bead here. I'm going to flip this down and make sure that you can see this here. Okay, so I've got my fuchsia. We are coming out of this bead. We're just going to go through the next sticking out bead. It makes it very simple, and then once you have your colors on, it's even simpler. So your next color is bright purple. You're coming out of this bead, you're going to go through this one like that. Then orange, and black, and then we're going to start all over again. Oh, we forgot the green and the green. I was so excited. Okay, fuchsia, purple, orange, black, and green. And just keep doing that all the way around. Fuchsia, purple, orange, black. Oh, did I do that? Yeah. I made the mistake of starting a different recipe card, like, because I was gonna try and do all of them and show you what they look like. The color I picked is so close to this. It probably looks nothing like it. No, it doesn't. Where did I put it? I have it. Oh, it's on my tray. I have to show you. So it's the Orchid Black Orchid mix. I just careful what I'm grabbing here. So of course it's got black and green, and I'm like getting my colors confused. Just revert back to your recipe card. You know what? I bead like I cook. I like to change the recipe all the time. My wife says, why don't you just follow the recipe? You've done it 100 times. I'm like, no, I want to try something different. And then when it doesn't work out, I'm annoyed, right? And purple. It's as soon as you start adding these beads, it looks so lovely. Okay, where are we to? Orange. Okay, I'm gonna move that one out. It's got a little hook on it. Black. And you can see we're coming to the stop bead. We can now ignore the stop bead because the colors are going to determine where we're at, but it also tells you when to step up. So we need our green. So our green, so this one, at this point, this is where it gets a bit confusing because we're coming out of this bead here. We're going to skip this one here. We're going to go through this one. It looks really low and it's confusing where to step up, but we're going to go through this one and we're going to step up from this one. So take your green bead, put it on your needle, and go through that 15-0, and then go through your fuchsia. And pull that in. There. This looks small to me. Nope, it's right. Okay, so now we need a fuchsia. So this part's easy. The one you're coming out of is the one you're going to put on. Like that. So now we need the purple, orange, black, green. So this part gets really fun and fast. Fuchsia. Purple. Orange. Black. And green. So you can see it really starts to build up. We're going to do 3 rows of each color. So I've been busy with, I have a bunch of designs. I have another, I'm going to do another video today. This one I'll put out today, but I went through my silver bead or gold bead, so don't forget you're coming through the orange, not the silver. Sometimes that happens, your needle just goes through 2 beads. So let's just pull that back out and unhook that. There. So if we look at this, you're coming out of an orange, you're going to add an orange. Easy to remember. Yeah, so I have my injection for my SI joint next Tuesday. So I've been trying to get as many workouts in this week while withdrawing from the pain medication, because it's important for me to know if the injection works right away. But if I'm still on the medication, I won't know that. So, oh, wrong one. Oh yeah, that's the right one. So I've been busy doing that. So next week, my wife seems to think I'll have a lot of time to do videos since I can't exercise for 2 weeks. So apparently there's a couple of reasons, but the steroid I should have showed you what I did there. So this was my green. Green's usually the indication it's at the end of the colors. So, and underneath is my stop bead. So I know that we're going to step up. So we're going into the fuchsia. And what I did was I went through the first fuchsia, which was at the lower end. And then I stepped up to the second row fuchsia. So yeah, so apparently so this is our last row on this side. Apparently the steroid can affect your tendons and muscle, so they don't want you to exercise because you can actually damage something. And the other thing that the sports medicine doctor told me was they want it to stay in that spot that they injected. So if you exercise, you're going to get a lot of blood flow and movement, and So, yeah, no exercising. But I don't think I'll be able to sit. You know what? I got this injection 11 years ago. I had a terrible hamstring injury that, because I have scoliosis and then the hamstring injury, it ended up where I had the disruption in the SI joint. And so that's when I got the injection. It worked instantly. So I went in, I was on like high doses of morphine. I couldn't walk. I needed a cane. They had to help me onto the stretcher, I guess, for the CT scanner, because they use a CT scanner to see where they're going in. And they injected it, and the instant they injected the fluid, all the pain went away. So apparently, like, just the fluid itself can, because it's such a small joint, can push the joint apart enough to stop the nerve being pinched. So I'm hoping, just hoping that, and it worked for 11 years. I didn't need another injection. Now, with this time, with everything going on, I hear that, like, sometimes people need an injection every couple of months. Like, no, I'm one and done. Thank you. I'll just have one. So I'm in better shape this time, so I'm hoping that it'll be the case. And thank you everyone for the wonderful kind words. I mentioned about getting the cancellation so that it was bumped up, and people were really nice. Okay, so we're almost at the end here, and I'm gonna sneeze. I've been doing a COVID sneeze, sneezing in my sleeve. I'm sneezing because there's a kitty cat. I don't know what to say about my kitty cat. Okay, so we're at the end here. Again, the green was the last one. So we're going to put the green. We're coming out of here. We're skipping that bead. We're going to enter here. But we're going to go on an angle. We're going to step up. You really don't need to at this point because this thread's going to get woven in. But just good practice. Then you know where you're done with your stuff. So, because we're going to, just like that. Okay. Ooh, this looks so lovely. I like it just like that, flat. Looks like a sunburst or something. Okay, so take your needle off. I guess I could put another needle on, but just do that. Okay. So now, before you put your needle on, take your stop bead off. And all I do is hang on to the base of your work, because once you pull on this, it's going to kind of pull this tight, and you don't want to do that. Just gently scoop it like that, and just pull that bead off. Okay. So we're going to take and thread our needle onto this end. See where my thread is. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at where this thread is, because we're going to have to move it one bead forward. So it's coming out There you can see. So it's coming out of this bead. We want to be coming out of one of these sticking out beads. So just go through the next one like that. And your other thread's going to get in the way. That's the way it goes. Okay, so now tip number 1. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can change the direction of the swirl, but I'm just, let me see. Yeah, actually I think I did change. Yeah. Just ignore what I said. We're going to start by picking up a black bead. We're going to add a bead in this slot here. So take a look at what bead is directly across. So it's a black bead. So we're going to start with the color black. Pick up a black, go through the next bead like that. And I hold it like this because these beads are going to fold over this way. Now, your next one's orange. So your order is going to be slightly different. It's going to be reversed, really. That, then purple. And you're just placing them in the spot where those beads are sticking out. There. That. Like that. Okay, then fuchsia. Green. And I'm just looking at the bead directly across from where I'm going to be placing. You don't have to, memorize the order or anything like that. Okay. Black. Orange. This first row is a little more finicky just because you're having to get into a tight area. So purple. And just watch it doesn't get hooked like this. Fuchsia. And if you want, you can kind of go and flip those up a bit too. Might make it easier. Green. I thought too when I was doing this, oh, I'm going to have to separate all my bead colors so that I can grab the different colors. I'm so used to having stuff in order, can you tell? Oh gosh. And I remember seeing, I have to get this lady's name. She's a bead artist. And I, with my little bit of knowledge of the high art bead world, I would say she's probably the best. I mean, I have to say she's my favorite to begin with. She is so amazing. And I saw her on a piece they did, Craft in America. You could probably find it really easily on YouTube. If I think of it, remember to, I'll link that too. You have to see it. It's amazing what she does. But, and I've mentioned this before, probably sound like a broken record. She has these beautiful big, like, serving platters on her, in her studio, and they're covered in beads, and they're all different, like, it's all mixed colors. And she sits there and she's doing the interview for Craft in America, and she's talking, and like wisdom is coming out of her mouth, and she's like beading very specific colors and this very intricate thing. And I'm like, how is she doing that? Like, the colors being all mixed up like that would drive me nuts. But you know what? I cannot believe I'm enjoying doing this. I'm surprised that having the mix is helping me let go of thinking that I'm in control of what I'm creating. Because really, you know, my people will say, how do you think of these things, Emma? I'm like, I don't know. It just comes in my head. And then it's like, okay, now I can see some kind of framework to it. I have to put it, you know, in beads kind of thing. So I would grab the wrong color here. Black. But, so yeah, I thought that was amazing that she was doing that. One of the things she says is, beads are the purveyors of light. I'm like, that is my favorite saying. Because, you know what? Beads are life. That's what I think. Have you ever watched, oh, I can't think of his name. Ted Lasso. The football players say, football is life. Beads are life. They've been around forever. And that was another thing that I don't know who said it in if it was this woman artist. But people have been adorning themselves with beads since the beginning of time. I was like, that is awesome. It means I can't help myself. We all want to do that. So the last one is green. So I'm going to stick it between the two gold beads, but then I'm going to come out the black bead. So just go like this. This one's a bit tight, but that's because I probably pulled it tight unintentionally. Let's see if we can scooch in here. There we go. I may have to do this in 2 steps here. Nope. Come out the black. Okay. So now this is what we have. So now what we're going to do is we're coming out of the black. We are going to put, you're always going to pick up the color that's in front of you for the second side so that it matches the other side. That's what I was trying to say earlier, and it just didn't come out right. So, orange. Purple. Fuchsia. So this is very satisfying. I love when you see patterns come together. Maybe that's why I enjoy peyote so much, because you're creating patterns all the time when you have the beads going next to each other. You're building stuff. fuchsia, green, sorry it got so quiet there. I didn't know what happened. I forgot I was doing a video. I need help. Oh, wait a minute. There's people here. I have company. Oh my gosh, I'm telling my age when you say, company's coming. Green. Do you know, I'm 59. I'll be 60 in May. I feel like I'm probably 12 still in my head. And I say to Jen all the time, oh my gosh, like I'll say something or I'll do something or I'll react to something and I'll say, oh my God, I'm getting old. She's like, no, you are old. Shh, shh, don't say that. But I'm still amazed that I think the biggest thing that it kind of caught me yesterday where I think if I react to how the young kids say things, yeah, you start to realize you're from a different generation, but you realize, oh, that's what my parents were like when they were saying, oh, those hippies. Or like, oh, those Gen Zs. Oh, gosh. Like, it was one of those aha moments. Okay, I paused because this is the last color. So when you do peyote, your step up will always move one forward. So remember how we said green would be the last one? Well, it's actually black now. So you're going to put, there's a spot in between these two here. That's where this black one is going to go because we're using the color that's in front of it. And as you can see, there's already 2 orange there and 2 green here. So it's just the black that's missing. So we're going to go through the black, but like I said, we have to step up to the next row. So we're going to go on an angle. And I take my time showing you this because this is where I used to have problems all the time in videos. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't see it. I didn't understand it. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so now the next color is not orange. We will put an orange on there at the very end. The next is purple. So you're always going to add the color that's in front of where you're coming from. So pick up your purple. You're coming out of this bead, you're going to go through this purple here. That. There's your final row. And just follow that through. So the next color is fuchsia. Oh, it fell off my needle. Like that. Green. So big thank you to John Bead. Oh my gosh, they've been so wonderful. I cannot believe the things that they're doing for us. Sending me stuff so I can show you guys and do some designs with you. And huge thank you to Lena and Kendall. And I should say, if you saw the video on the bead mixes, the ones you can buy from the friends and family, I just want to say that there's a person that's responsible for that. Her name is Izzy or Izza, and she did an incredible job. So I wanted to thank her too. Then just keep going. The whites are sad. They don't get to go on this one. I think we'll have to do a design with the I don't know, let me see. AB, yeah, white AB. Beautiful. You could do like a row around to outline. That one looks a bit sketch. I think it got tight in here. Okay, green. It starts to get heavy too. It's so funny. Green. Get this out of the way. Black. Orange. Just keep going. And I'm working on like I said, there's going to be a video out tomorrow of the finished bead embroidered cameo bracelet. Oh my gosh, looks amazing. But I also started on a bracelet with the bead mixes from the friends and family site, and I'm working on that one. Hopefully I'll get that one done tomorrow too. Okay, so we have 3 of each. Orange was our last one. So there's... Now if you look, we are going to stitch this up together, but to stitch it you have to have one row alternating with the other row, but they're all matching because we put the same on both sides. So what we have to do for that is add a 11-0. I'm going to move these 15s. We don't need them anymore. And we don't need these either. Let me pick these up here. There's a more efficient way to do that. My bead mat's a mess after a video because I'm like, oh, just move it aside. Here, let's see what I'm doing here. Where's the cap? Okay, so we need our 11-0 gold colored beads to put around the edge. You don't need many. So I have my thread. So now I'm just gonna, so I stopped at the orange. We had just added an orange, so I'm gonna actually step up. Step up to the purple here, like that. And we're gonna put one of these 11-0s in between. So you're going from this one to this one, just filling in those slots just on the one side, and then we'll go through and we'll stitch it to the other side. So just keep adding this into this space. That. There. Get rid of that one. It's all wonky. That. You checking in on my kitty?
No, you still sleeping.
Yeah.
You're still playing?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay, I have something to ask you when you're done.
Okay. Move this thread around. So it's really starting to look lovely. Oh, do you know what comes after Halloween? The November Curiosity Box. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Millie's the person that ships things to me. And she sent me an email saying, pretend it's Christmas and you can't open it until November, till after Halloween. I'm like, how did you know? So this is the last one. Oh, there's one more. One more. So that's it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on an angle and step up to the other bead. And I'm just going to like kind of fold it towards the other side. So now what we're going to do is we are going to pick up the other side that's here. So let me see if I can show that to you. So now you can kind of see how these sticking out beads will fit in between the golds. So that'll fit in there and fit in there all the way through. So a really easy way to do that in one step, instead of like you're going to sew through this bead, then sew through this bead, sew through this and that, and go back and forth. You can actually do it very quickly by putting your needle on an angle, go through the fuchsia bead and the gold bead at the same time. And do that again for the next ones, like that, and it'll start to just pull that one down a bit so you can just quickly stitch this up like that. There. Like that. Keep going. And you can pull it tight as you're going. There's really no place for it to go. If your stitch is loose, then it might, but you shouldn't need to do much to it. There. The fuchsia to the gold, green, that. And that's it. And the reason I know that's it is you can see the thread going into that fuchsia. You can go a couple past. I might do that. I'm going to weave this thread in. Let me see which one's the longest. They're both about the same size. So I'm going to weave one in. You only need, what did I do? No, you know what? Let's weave this up. We'll use one for the top and one for the bottom. I'm trying to think if I used all the same thread in the other. Now, I would recommend, let's open this up a bit, to attach, to keep the same orientation of the colors. So I'm going to bring this thread up to where the orange bead is. So it's one past the orange bead. I'm going to come out of, oops, wrong way. So on this one, it's one past the orange bead. So the gold bead here, and then we attach this. So for this one, I want to be coming out of this gold bead here. And we'll put our clasp. So I'm just crisscrossing back and forth like that. Okay, and through this here. And we're going to get our goodies. Now, you can also make these oval. I did pull it a bit so that, and you just pull it like that. It's like, and now you have an oval. I kind of like the oval, but I mean, definitely the circle is pretty cool too. But I'm into ovals lately, so you'll have to pardon me. I'm into ovals. Okay, so I'm just gonna, that looks like a big old circle. I'm just gonna stretch it to an oval. Yep, it's right there. Okay, so now we don't need these anymore. We're gonna get the demi rounds and the orange 6mm druck. Here's the demi rounds, and we're gonna put the ear wire. So this ear wire is, you can check some of my unboxings for findings, and all the links are to the different, I think this would have been one of the last ones I did for findings. I get them on AliExpress. You can just do a search fancy clasp and then find, or fancy ear wires. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a demi round, the round druck, a demi round. What I was going to say about these ear wires too is these ones here have a closed loop that go from front to back instead of side to side. So you kind of have to pay attention to what you have on your thing. You can attach this with a jump ring. Sometimes I like to do it with a jump ring so that your thread is not attached to this. In case you have to make changes to this, you don't want to mess up your design. But I'm going to throw all my rules out the window. So go through there. I just thought it looked amazing this way, so I didn't want to add a jump ring. So now I'm just going to go through the demi round, the druck, the demi round. And because I came out of the right side of that gold bead. I'm now going to go through the left side. And all that does is it keeps it balanced from side to side. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to go through one more time. So go back up and through the ear wire. And then back down. And go to the other side of that bead. Initial gold bead. And now I'm going to go through my beads so that I can weave my thread through and cut it off. I left my stuff a little bit firm, but then loose so that it can spin. Excuse me, I need some water. That way you don't have to worry about the orientation of your skull. Like if you put it really tight and it only stays on one side, but then your ear wire turns. If they both turn, it's not a big deal. So let me just do my little stretchy. My little stretchy. Okay, so I want to weave this in. There's something in my office that's making me choke. Okay. To like get rid of my thread or to hide it, I like to go through the smaller beads. So I'm going to go through the 15 O's. I can't see because my eyes are watering from coughing. We had our flu shot. It's probably what it is. Or not our flu shot, our COVID shot over the weekend. There, you saw that pop up. Let me just make sure it's loose a bit. I'm going to go through one more time and then we'll add the bottom piece. So where are we here? Let's go through this bead. There. That should do it. And take that off. And we're going to put our needle on this end. Okay. And we want to, if you take a look, we want to be down, directly down. So you need this middle orange bead and the gold. So let's see where we're at here. Let's go through. And then through the gold. That should be it. Like that. Okay. So this one we did a demi round, a 4mm bicone, a demi round, the skull. This is, I don't know, I think this is probably one of my favorite beads. I have to say. I'm going to do a demi round, another orange bicone, 4mm, another demi round. And we're going to do, for the bottom, we need a stopper because we're going to go back up. That's how we're going to hold it on to here. So I'm taking a 15-0 seed bead. I'm just double checking to make sure that's what I did. Yeah. So pull that all up like that. So that's what you have. We are going to skip the 15 and go through everything again. Back home. You can do it in 2 steps too. You don't have to do this. And remember, go to the other side of the bead. So we're coming out of here. We're going to go to the other side and that will center it. Let me tell you, when I started beading, there were so many I did. Like, why is this so off to the side? How come it's doing that? And that's it. I don't think I went through the second time. Maybe we should, yeah. Okay, so let's go through everything again. That. Skip the 15-0 and then go through everything again on the up side. And we are going to go to the other side. I was pretty sure we came out that one side. No, there's none. There. Pull that through. And if you run into problems where, if you look up here, there's a lot of thread at the top. If you hang on to the furthest bead that's attached and pull your thread, it will bring it all into place. There. Okay, still not where I want it. There. Okay, and just weave this through. So let's go up. I'm just gonna go in a diagonal across a bunch of beads. I'm going to go through the diagonal of the 15s. That. This one, because it's holding weight of the bead, the large bead, you want to make sure, and I'm just going to make sure it's got some looseness to it. You want to make sure that this one is actually secured properly so that it doesn't get loose over time. So let me, I'll do it this way. I'm going to go over to these two of these purple, and then I'm going to cut across that bead, go on a diagonal, then I'm going to cut across, back up the other way, and by crossing over almost like a figure 8, it will prevent the lower bead from loosening. So now let's I want to end my thread in the 15-0s. So let's get through here. And this last one. I must have come across the one I cut because like it's just sticking there. I can use my thread burner for that. Cut that. Take this off. Just a hint for your needles for safety reasons. always take your thread off your needle. Jax, our cat now, he doesn't bother with stuff on my desk, but my other cat used to eat thread all the time, and it's very scary. So I make it a habit when I'm done, even if there's like a small piece of thread on, I take all the thread off my needles. La. Happy Halloween! You know who you have to thank for this? Lena and Kendall and all the wonderful people at John Bead. Thank you so much. These turned out amazing, and I get to play with my beautiful, lovely skulls that I've been hoarding forever. These are so yummy. I cannot wait to try them out. People be flipping out when they see these. Let me see if I can get that one turned around. Try these. Oh, there you go. Thanks for hanging out with me, and happy Halloween. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.